I think when we become CAs or you're working at some other in a big position, you think to yourself that something is too low for you.
Another exciting individual, born and bred in Namibia, our royal hustler is Wilka Shinene, who is a revered and passionate chartered accountant who believes in personal development, and she's just striving for one goal and achieving all of them. Now, Wilka has been in the finance sector for about 8 years now and believes in really just imparting that knowledge that she has picked up in the accounting, in insurance. She's been in auditing. She's been just in the financial industry and sharing her knowledge with others. And she has made her mark at the group as the group financial manager at the esteemed Frans Indongo Group. And she's here to tell us more about how it all began and just what really inspires her. And when she hits the ground running, what makes her go, today's my day. Hi, Wilka.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. So please let's talk about you and the beautiful beginnings. Where were you born? Family dynamics and how did that really shape the woman that you are today?
I was actually born in Grootfontein. Yeah, but I grew up in a village somewhere outside Grootfontein. I have five sisters and 2 brothers.
Wow.
I grew up with both my parents, my mom and dad at home.
Yeah.
And I was in the hostel in primary school. I had a tani called Tanikora. So I don't know how to say that in English.
No, Tanikora is Tanikora, my dear.
Yes, Tanikora. So she basically shaped me, to be honest. She raised me with my parents. I would say that because most of the time I was in the hostel. And in high school, I went back home to stay with my parents and my siblings. I would say I'm from a middle income family. Yeah. So we didn't have everything that we wanted, but we had everything that we needed.
Love that.
Yes, which was enough for us.
Yeah.
I also grew up in a very loving home. Oh. By loving, I don't mean very affectionate and hugging and, straightforward. But like, for example, I would say with my siblings, when you're going out, they wouldn't tell you look beautiful. They'll just be like, where are you going?
No, siblings are the haters of haters.
Exactly.
They are the ones.
So they'll be like, where are you going? I know that I look beautiful.
Yeah.
So with my parents, it's the same. They'll be like, how are you? Are you feeling well? How's school? And I took that as love, from a black family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, coming from like such a huge family, for me it's huge because I only have 2 siblings. You're coming from 7. Where are you in the lineup with the sisters and the brothers? Are you number 3, number 4, number 5? Where are you?
Number 3. So I'm a middle child.
You're the middle kid, but still on the older side of things. Was there a little bit of pressure to always make sure that things are fine and you pave the road ahead for the younger siblings that are coming behind you?
I think there was pressure. Middle sibling is actually a thing.
Yeah.
You're too young to be old, but you're too old to be young. So you don't fit in with the older ones, but you also don't fit in with the younger ones. You're just in the middle.
Yeah.
So I had to definitely do a lot to also inspire my little sisters. But we're all almost the same age. So there wasn't really much pressure because my mom was giving birth every second year. Proper family planning.
That's really nice, actually.
So we're all following each other. So not really a lot, but there was pressure for me to inspire my younger ones.
How was the experience like being in the hostel, if I may ask?
Okay, that's where the pressure was.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of kids from different families, a lot of people that were also bullied in the hostel, and then also pressure to perform because you're always being compared to the others. Why can't you be like this? Why are you not like that? Yeah, and also looking at other people because coming from a middle income family, you're not rich, you're not poor, but then there were those that didn't have enough, and then there were those that have more than enough. So yeah, that's basically the experience that I had in the hostel. But at the same time, Tanikora was very straightforward with all of us. She used to tell us, all of you are privileged to be here.
True.
Yeah, and then she told everyone, you're able to, the sky's the limit for you. So all of you are going to come out of here and be somebody different. So that's something that I took from the whole experience. What was traumatizing, I wiped out of my mind.
Yeah.
And what I learned from, I moved forward with that.
I love Tanikora that she instilled such a sense of confidence also and tenacity. Yeah. How did you get yourself into the financial industry? Was that a dream that you've always had?
Not really. I wanted to be a teacher
Okay, girl.
because I love my teachers.
Of course.
And then I changed my mind in grade 7. But I was
Okay.
like, I'm maybe going
Maybe
to be
not.
a doctor, you know? And then my brother comes with the application form for high school and she's like, you know, you like math? There's this thing called accounting. Maybe you would want to venture
Try it
into
out.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not as difficult as math. It's just you adding up stuff and then, you know. And I was
Yeah.
like, okay, let me try that.
Wow.
Yeah, and becoming the one of the highest achievers in accounting in high school. I was invited to the PwC conference in Windhoek.
Wow.
So that's how I got introduced to CA, to
Yeah.
the CA profession.
That love for numbers, tell me, where does it come from?
I think from my dad.
Okay.
Yeah, my dad is more into business and accounting.
Yeah.
My mom is more into agriculture, typing. Yeah, I think it comes from my dad.
Love
I
it.
don't think it's something that I developed.
That natural. Oh, you wake up. Oh, look at me. 1 + 1. Love the
Yeah.
numbers. But it was an inspiration that you saw around you.
Yeah.
We're still talking to our royal hustler. It's Wilka Shinene, and we're going to dive a little bit deeper in how she's finding it at Frans Indongo Group right after Chloe with Pray It Away. 99 FM, it is Chloe saying Pray It Away. We're still with our royal hustler, Wilka Shinene, Group Financial Manager, Frans Indongo Group. Let's talk about Frans. How did you find yourself at Frans Indongo Group?
Last year, I was in audit. So I was in audit for almost 5 years before I came into the commercial sector.
Okay.
It was actually a testimony on its own.
Please
I thought,
tell
you know,
us.
when I came from audit firm, I thought I'm going to be a senior accountant.
Yeah.
You know, I'm too underqualified to be a manager, but I'm overqualified to be a normal accountant. So
Also.
maybe I'm fitting somewhere in senior accounting. Yeah. But then I still applied for the position. I don't know why. I don't know how. But I ended up applying for the position. And yeah, the rest is history. I made it.
And here you are. And I love that. It's like, you know what? I really do. I am a believer of you do not disqualify yourself.
Yeah.
You know, you try because you never know.
Yeah.
Never know. And you did that. And so far, what are some fulfilling aspects in your current role as the group financial manager that you've enjoyed?
Like the word says, group financial manager.
Yeah.
Group. So the word group itself is the Frans Indongo Group. I think when everybody hears Frans Indongo Group, they think of Indongo Toyota.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
No,
The
all
group
of
is
it.
quite big. It's diverse. We have property entities. We have manufacturing. We have retail. We have tourism in the tourism sector, apart from the automotive industry. So Indongo Toyota, Indongo Ford, Pokomo Namibia, Grain Carriers, Vispeco,
Girl.
Frans Indongo Lodge,
All of.
Hotel Indongo, all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when I get to work, I have a plan of what I'm going to do, but then something different comes up. I think that's mostly what's fulfilling because the group is diverse. It's different portfolios. It's different people that you work with on a daily basis. And that's what I enjoy the most. So it's not in a box. And I'm somebody that gets bored very fast.
easy.
I always
Okay.
have to be on my toes. So if something is not challenging, I'm moving on to the next. And that's when I get a job at work at Frans Indongo Group. It's different.
So
Every day
it
is
fits you like
totally
a
different.
glove.
It does.
So how do you keep yourself motivated? Because with all of that, it seems as if like you're being pulled in different directions all the time. How do you keep yourself from the burnout?
I love the fact that Frans Indongo Group has a work hard, play hard culture.
Yeah.
You work very hard, but at the same time, you need to take care of your mental health, your physical health. They encourage that a lot. So I go to the gym, I play netball, and at the same time, when I get to work, I know that I'm working hard because I can rest and I can afford to take a vacation. You know, I think that's something different. It's
There was
fine
a
if you
vacation,
work hard
yeah. And then you that
just go home.
reward, yeah.
But you reward yourself at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So I think that's
I
that's
love
what keeps
it.
me motivated.
And if, right now you've worked your way to being, like I said, the group financial manager, and there's someone who's listening in right now saying, you know what, I see myself also working towards something. Is there any advice that you would like to give them on how they can navigate the financial sector in any sphere that they find themselves in?
Yeah, actually, that's something that I followed. Already coming into the financial sector, number one was not to put myself in a box. You know, be open to everyone, treat everybody on the same basis. You never know where you're going to meet them. Number two, I would say believe in yourself. You know, there's something different that you bring to the table. There's a different flavor that you bring to the table. So just because, maybe you don't qualify as a group financial manager doesn't mean you shouldn't apply for the position. And then the last thing that I would say is be humble, be willing to learn. I think when we become CAs or you're working at some other in a big position, you think to yourself that something is too low for you. Yeah. So I started from humble beginnings. I wasn't always a financial manager. I was an intern before. I used to make copies, I was an accountant before. I was an auditor before. And then I built myself up to group financial manager. But then it's easier for me because I've been there. So when I tell somebody to do something, it's because I've done it before and I know it. Because I've gone through the process.
Yeah.
So all of us want to be at the top, but nobody's willing to go through the process.
Hey.
So we need to go through the process. And then from there, you're developing yourself into your future self.
True. Thank you so much for coming, Wilka. We really appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
And that was our royal hustler this morning. She says, do not be afraid of the progress. Go through the process, girl. Go through the process, guy. And remember, don't put yourself in a box. Believe in yourself. Be humble and be willing to learn. And those are the words that she leaves us with. Wilka Shinene, Group Financial Manager at Frans Indongo Group.
That was 99 FM's Royal Hustlers.
Proudly brought to you by Namdeb Diamond Corporation.
Good today.